to the It's Time podcast. I'm Mariah, that bitch is Kaylee, and welcome to the show. Was that a cheers to the crowd?
To the people.
A cheers to the people.
Cheers to you. Cheers to me. If we ever disagree, I'm not going to say the rest.
Why?
Because it's rude.
Says the girl who yells it at amusement parks.
I do be doing that. Well, no, I had self-control when it's my go-to cheers, but then when it's with strangers, like that one video of me like drinking with that guy.
Yeah.
In the hogshead, and I was like, cheers to you, cheers to me. I'm not going to finish that because it's not kind. Oh, did you not? No.
I thought you did.
No, in
or
the
did
video,
they ask?
I literally am like, I'm not going to finish that. It's not nice.
And then after, was it like, did they ask or something, and then did we tell them?
I don't know. I was pretty drunk at that point.
I feel like, I don't know, something like that.
Was that the day I tried to take therapy drunk in the theme park?
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Which you can't do because we weren't in Oregon. Yeah.
Which, honestly, for the best. She said, you're where? I said, Universal Studios. She said, like, in California?
She's saying all this on the phone with her therapist, ready for, like, a quick therapy session while she's wearing her Harry Potter robe and has a wand.
So true.
It's
in the hogshead. Guinness, let's not do
pretty
that.
Iconic. Guinea.
With a baby.
Come here. Come here.
Oh, what this?
The kids are entertained, you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Gotta keep them busy.
It was like a silent verb.
If you voted for Donald Trump.
I love that shit.
Me too.
The way you hold the mic, though. If you voted for
Oh. Well, that just means I executed the trend correctly.
Yeah. Okay, so on today's episode, we do not have a plan.
What?
And
guess what? That wasn't planned either.
Yeah, and guess what? We wore the same outfit yesterday, and that wasn't planned either.
Like, literally black long sleeve, white long skirt, Adidas.
Yep.
Not even a little variation there.
Yeah, everyone kept going, oh, did you guys plan this? We're like, no.
No.
We didn't see each other until we were both in this building. So.
Honestly, like, we had hardly even spoken all weekend. Like,
yeah.
We just, I don't know. We're just connected.
We're just, like, really connected. That's what happens when you spend...
Honestly, we are, though. You never responded to my text because you were down bad. But did you read that? So I went out to drinks with my elementary school best friends a few nights ago that I haven't seen in years. I was going to say decades, but that's not possible. Decade. And one of them was like, oh my God, I feel like I gotta meet Mariah. Said her name by name. They've never met. She's like, I gotta meet Mariah. Like, I feel like if we're gonna reconnect, like, and I'm gonna get to know you, like, I have to get to know her too. Otherwise, it just like doesn't even compute. Hey, let's not do that.
Anyways, you were saying.
That was pretty much the end of the story. It's just like, I think we are just perceived that way. Oh my God. Like, down to the pointer finger with the Aura ring sticking out.
Okay, well, it's comfortable. So
it is comfortable.
It's just gonna stay like this. Yeah, we do get asked if we are sisters, which I find so interesting because I don't think we look alike at all.
I don't think so either. But maybe it's just because we're the same person.
Yeah, I think
it makes like, people think we look more alike.
I think that's like the illusion thing with like people look like their dogs, or like you look like your significant other the longer you're with them. You start to look alike. I think that's because you do start to morph.
Yeah, you do.
You start to morph. Like, the amount of times that we say the same thing at the exact same time, like, to people.
It's stupid.
Like, we'll be in a conversation with someone we've just met.
And it could be, like, a serious conversation, too.
Yeah. And still.
Yeah. Shit. It's like that scene in Harry Potter when they fall off the tower And he's like, let's finish this the way we started it, Tom. And then they're like pushing each other apart and pulling each other out. And you can see Voldemort's head like coming in and out of Harry Potter's. Like that's our brain.
Whoa. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, this will actually be our last episode for a little bit.
For a little bit.
We'll probably be back.
She said we'll probably be back.
In August.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. I mean, who knows what's going to happen. Maybe we're going to need some recovery time.
Well, and truly, there's a week left of July when we get back, basically.
Yeah.
So, after this episode, we will be back in about a month with the Travel Diaries episodes. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It really helps me get through the transition of coming back here.
I like fully started. I caught myself spiraling earlier because I was like, the trip is finally starting to feel real. And then I'm like, oh,
yeah,
and then we're going to get back from the trip. Oh, and then like summer's over. But anyways, as you were saying.
I can't breathe. What was I saying?
It helps you survive after coming back.
Oh, yeah. So we'll be gone for a little bit, but make sure you're following us on all the other things because we kind of get more active on social. Actually,
we get significantly
so
more
active.
We get annoyingly active on social media.
But if you like to watch people's like travel diaries, like things,
we be doing that.
Which I love to watch, so
yeah.
It's probably why we enjoy making them and posting.
Where are you going? What are you eating? What are you doing? What did you see next? What are you wearing today? What's in your bag?
I want to know it all.
I do want to know it all.
So, yeah.
Got
catch-ups.
My scone. Ketchups.
Ketchup.
Mustards. Mayos. What did I do this week? I feel like I was insanely... Why are you looking at me like that?
I was just listening to you.
Oh. You were like listening with a smile on your face. You're like this.
Well, I was thinking about one ketchup.
What?
Why are you acting like you don't know? It's not a big deal. I was just referring to...
Oh, well, don't use his name.
Well, I won't put his name in it.
Bleep.
You need me to say bleep before I say things?
So I went... What are you laughing at? Why am I like so aware of you right now? Why are you looking at me like that?
I need to explain when I laugh.
Please.
It's you.
Why was that funny?
Oh, boy.
What did I say before? I know he's so cute. On the last one, we were about to go on a third date. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you were literally about to go on it.
Oh, literally that night. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was that the third?
That was the third.
So there
were 4.
Okay. Go off.
Honestly, yeah, 4, pretty good. So we
you usually don't let people that far.
No, I usually don't. Thank you.
Third date was like a huge deal.
A third date is a big deal.
I feel like.
Because
2 is when you usually are like, okay.
Yeah. The first one is like, are you fucking crazy? And then the second one is like, okay, you're not that crazy. Do we have anything like in common? Could I like you? Is this a vibe at all? And then if we make it to the third date, it's like, okay, I actually do think I could probably like you. Let's figure that out. You know?
Yeah, you're really like testing the vibes at that point.
Yeah.
Like more than
like the third date. I don't mean it's getting serious. Like it's getting serious. Yeah. Things between us are serious. Yeah. But it's like, oh, like you're a prospect.
Yeah. It's not a one-night date anymore.
A one-night date?
Yeah. Like a one-night stand, but it's a one-night date.
Oh. Huh.
A one and done.
A one and doneer. Yeah, so we recorded this, and then
That's just crazy. I don't know.
We recorded this, and then I literally went straight to my date. Actually, it worked out really well because Mariah was here to like help me figure out my outfit and stuff. And then we did a picnic at the park. Here's the thing, this guy did a lot of things right. What was funny about that?
Oh my god. Why are you so aware of my laughing?
I don't know.
I feel like I always do that.
Do you? Do you always giggle at me?
I feel like our episodes are very giggly.
I'm like, what did I say?
It was when you went, here's the thing. That's why I laughed.
Okay. I'm going to stop asking you to explain, and I'm just going to take it for what it is. This guy did a lot of things very well. A lot of things very well. Things like, you know, when you're talking to someone and you just like don't even know that that was the thing you wanted, but then they do it and you're like, oh, that's hot.
Totally. That's why dating is great.
Yeah. He did a few of those things. One of them being
What?
I was just
what are you laughing at?
I literally was just trying to remember my train of thought.
Like, I'll catch it.
It's coming on. It's like I'm picturing myself like literally running after it.
I'm almost there.
Now it's really gone. Oh, he is really good at like planning dates. And I told him that I thought that was hot. And then
he definitely ran with
that. And for the third date, he was like, okay, I've been thinking of some options. And he gave me like 3 really good options.
I love when there's options.
Yeah, but I like not too many.
Not too many.
And if I really don't want to pick at the end of the day, I don't want to be forced to pick.
Yeah.
But options is nice.
Yeah.
So he gave me 3 really good options. I opted for picnic in the park. So I just felt like I could see you over there.
You want me to go like this?
Perfect. And shame. So we did a picnic in the park, and on my way there, we already talked about my anxiety last week. On the way there, I like was starting to feel it really bad again, like to the point where I was like, he's a nice enough guy. Like if I turn around and go home, like it'll be okay. Like he'll understand.
It was literally the next day.
Oh yeah. It was literally the next day. Yeah. Kaylee, cut yourself a break.
Yeah.
So wow, pretty bold.
Yeah.
Anxiety attack and then goes on a date the next day.
That
was bold of me. So on the way there, I was like, maybe I go home. But then I didn't. And within the first few minutes, I like told him, why am I going so in depth in this story? I told him that I was feeling anxious, and he was like very sweet and understanding. And why did I bring all of that up?
You were just telling us about the date.
Oh, okay.
And
well,
you were saying like he did a lot of things right.
Oh,
was
yeah.
Like the moral of it.
It was the moral of the story. Yeah. So I feel like the vibes were off on that date, and I'm 100% sure it was me being anxious, crazy. So after that date, I was just feeling like pretty meh about it, but I also knew it wasn't fair to just feel meh and not go out with him again when it was like probably because I was so anxious. So I told him all that, and that's another thing I really liked about him. I just felt like I could like speak freely.
Yeah.
I felt that way about the other one too.
I feel like I don't know names. Oh.
And then we went on the 4th date. 2 days ago. And it was good. But
that's not what you want your feeling to be about it.
Yeah, especially like it's one thing to leave like a first or second date and be like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But by the 4th date, like I would hope it'd be more like I'm like really excited to see him again. Like I don't want to wait another week, you know, like that kind of vibe. Mm-hmm. But with him, it was more like first date was like good. Second date was like, oh, third date was meh, and then fourth date was good. So just, you know. So I ended up texting him today and just was like, this is where my head's at. I don't know how you're feeling. But you're like a really nice guy and I don't want to waste any of your time. And he sent me a super nice response and was like, yeah, I feel like the last two felt kind of platonic. And
would you agree?
I would agree. He took some blame for that. I think that was probably me. But yeah, I would agree. The last date especially felt very platonic. So yeah, we just kind of left it at that. That's that thing. But hey, Europe's coming. I was like, well, then it wasn't meant to be before Europe. Yeah. And I was like, if it was meant to be before Europe, it would have slapped me in the face. It wouldn't have been like a big question mark. It would have been like, hello, pay attention.
And now we're single ladies going to Europe.
Single ladies going to Europe.
Going to Europe.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to Europe, yes. So soon.
So
when you're listening to this, it's just a little bit over a week.
A little bit, yeah. Whoa.
Wait.
Are you calming yourself down?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That was right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Correctamundo. My other updates. None? Question mark? I don't feel like anything really happened. What did I do this weekend? Oh, we had a lot of events. Well,
that's a catch-up.
That is a catch-up. If you tried to come to the picnic on Friday...
We're so sorry.
We're sorry. We done fucked that one right up.
We did.
And we thought we were, like, really ahead of the game. We were going to do cute little Alice in Wonderland theme. We were going to be in the Rose Garden. And then the forecast got shitty, so we were like, well, we'll just stick with it and we'll move somewhere with a covered area. Did nobody else know that the covered area at Mount Tabor collapsed in the ice storm last year?
I did not know this.
Anybody? Bueller?
And, some people didn't know either, right?
Some other
people also
didn't know that.
Was it just us?
Right? Raise your hand if you didn't know.
Because we didn't know.
Oh my God, all of you in the audience didn't know? That's so crazy.
And if you did know, why didn't you tell us?
But we also were like ill-prepared that day. Somehow, I don't know, we had so much time on our hands, but also ended up running late.
But we also were prepared in other ways.
We were overly prepared in some ways and then timing-wise.
Like theme-wise, like fun.
Honestly, it was probably going to be our best, like most all-out theme ever, which is why I'm really sad about it.
Yeah, it was like...
I had my cute little Alice outfit on.
It was pretty upsetting.
So sorry about that. But our event on Sunday with Sea Grape was super cute and fun.
It was a solstice brunch. So cute at Sea Grape.
Yeah, people brought the yummiest stuff. Yeah. Vibes were immaculate. A couple familiar faces. Lots of new faces. I honestly was really surprised. I feel like it was about 50-50, like people that came because they're familiar with Sea Grape and people that came because they're familiar with us.
I would agree.
So that was kind of a fun.
It was like a fun,
thing.
Yeah.
It was a very cutesy little afternoon.
Yeah.
What are your catch-ups?
Basically, my catch-ups, because it's all I can think about really right now, is just how bad my mental health has been in the past week, pretty much since the last episode, I guess. Yeah, it's just been quite dark and not even necessarily like how I've described my existential anxiety, like the dread, the hopelessness necessarily. It's more so just like the depression side of it, of like I'm not like a person. Mm-hmm. I don't like care to do anything. Nothing's exciting or like, So all I've been wanting to do is rot in bed.
Sometimes you need a little rot.
Yeah. I think I'm just I think it's a bunch of things. I'm really burnt out, for sure. And
you're working extra hard getting ready for the trip.
Yeah. Like, it's just, yeah. It's been really hectic, and I'm really stressed out just about, like, being ready to leave with everything at work and stuff. So my anxiety's just been crazy, and there's not a lot of, like, thoughts, which makes the podcast hard. It also makes my job really hard. This isn't as stressful.
Yeah.
I can kind of be loopy on here, but, like, I fully, like, cried in my meeting today with my manager, which was super fun, but she's, like, the best person ever. And we, like, talked through burnout, and we talked through how I feel guilty about taking a vacation in a lot of ways, because it feels like I'm not where I want to be at work, so it feels like I don't deserve to take a break from it, because how can you take a break when you're not where you want to be, kind of mindset. And we talked through that a lot, and just which stuff I already know and also tell myself, because what I do is just go back and forth in my own head of, like, you should be working as hard as you can right now and focusing on your career, and then also I'll be better at my job if I take a break.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to push through it and feel it, and hopefully I'll wake up when I get to Europe or something.
The only way out is through.
We said that last week too.
So fun. I love that. We love that.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like my meds aren't working. Or I just need to up my doses.
Yeah. You're going to get to the airport and be renewed.
Yeah, for sure. Let's take a little breather. Let's take a breather. We'll be right back. Hello. I am not here. I was going to say physically. I was going to say I
am not here.
I was going to say I'm not physically here.
Mentally.
I am not mentally here.
Mentally somewhere on a beach with an Aperol Spritz in your hand. Hey. You know?
Toads. Ow.
That's like...
It didn't hurt.
What is that?
Yeah.
We were talking about that last night.
Yeah.
Well, last night.
Yeah.
What does that need when you hit your body on something? Why do you have to say out, even though you know damn well it didn't hurt?
Yeah. Like, it can be kind of anything. Like, you could trip.
Ow.
You could trip and be like, ow. And it's like, wait.
Wait, actually, everyone, I take it back.
That didn't hurt.
Just so you know, it didn't hurt me.
Just to be clear.
I'm okay.
So, since we are about to...
I'm sorry.
Why'd you do that?
I'm sorry. I was just, like, ready to listen. Uh-oh. Now she's paying attention to how I react. Okay. Keep going.
Since we are traveling... in honor of our...
I giggle too. In honor of our...
Because we... I don't know. We leave on our trip next week. Wait.
Yeah. Not in a week, but next week.
Gulp.
Yes. Gulp.
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 Honestly, I feel that we've been panicking. Like we don't know what's happening, but I actually think that we do.
I feel like I'm really stressed.
I have felt that.
I just feel like we're not as prepared.
But at the end of the day, I look at the things on my to-do list and I'm like, well, I actually am pretty prepared.
I guess we just did so much more, like, planning sessions last time.
Yeah, but also let's think about those planning sessions. They usually were like, let's go to the bar and plan Europe. And we accomplish one thing in 2 hours and have
because that's how long it takes
2
to do
beers.
Stuff.
Nothing beats a jet day holiday.
We are the type of people who like to prepare definitely a good amount. but also like
I have anxiety.
It's not like at 9 a.m. we go here and then we have this thing at 10. It's like
boo to that.
But I will say last time we did go into like what we want to do each location, and then we would plan out what would make sense to do on each day. Yeah. We haven't done that. But besides that, we've pretty much done all of our typical pre-planning stuff. Maybe that's why I just feel like, because last time we did kind of have activities lined up per day, but it wasn't
the reason
we
started doing that was because of Paris and the arrondissements and like.
That's true, and we had to make sense. In some of those places we had a lot of tours, so we were going around like, oh well, we have this at like 2.
Whoa,
so
we don't have any scheduled tours.
No, and I'm like, I feel like tours, museums, like stuff like that, like figuring out what we need to do ahead of time.
Interesting. We're not going to any places where it's like, oh my god, this thing is so big, you just have to take a tour. Like you gotta like have a tour guide to get all the.
Yeah, like.
Interesting.
Insane, monumental.
I feel like
there is stuff like that.
I feel like that's part of why
everywhere we're going. It's because the things like that aren't as in your face. Like a lot of the places we're going, the attraction of what you're doing is the place. Mm-hmm. Like Venice, it's being in Venice and walking as much as you can and going to places as much as you can.
Like, yeah, of course you got to go here when you're in Venice places. Yeah, there are. But it's not like, oh my god, we need to schedule a tour at the Vatican because, you know.
I was going to say, like, with Rome or, like, Paris, it's like, well, obviously we're going to the Eiffel Tower. Obviously we're going to the Vatican. Like, there's the main things, like, when you first go to a major city like that are, like, duh.
Well, and these cities do have those things, but they're not such large attractions that I feel like, oh my god, we have to book a tour, or like we have to.
Yeah, I do think a lot of, obviously we're going to do like museums and stuff, but a lot of the attraction of the places we're going is the culture of the cities. Yes. Like especially like Milan and Madrid, just being in a city like that, a hub like that of culture, and everywhere you go, like it's the food, it's the shops, it's the art, it's the people, it's the performers.
It's literally just walking neighborhood to neighborhood and experiencing what it's like to be a human in that city.
Yeah.
Which is actually really nice.
The best.
Obviously, it's amazing to go to places like London, Rome, Paris, where there's these like huge iconic things that even from like a very young age you're like, whoa, Eiffel Tower, Paris, you know, like Big Ben, London, like these
like global monuments.
Yeah, these must do huge
not that there aren't
tourist
things like that in those places, but growing up here at least, like that's how it's like what you're saying from young. They're like the monuments that you've known your whole life.
Yeah, it takes off this layer of pressure, I think.
I think so too. I think so too.
Paris was kind of stressful.
Paris was very stressful, extremely. Very fun, but very stressful.
I'll never get over us leaving Paris and being like, nah. And then going directly to Malaga, Spain and getting robbed. Like,
yeah.
Not like we didn't like Paris, but we felt like Paris had its complications.
Yeah.
And then after, 4 days later, not even. 1 day later, we were like, oh.
With Paris, I would like to do Paris again with the knowledge I have now.
Yeah.
Like, I would do it differently, and I think I would do it when I'm at a different financial period.
I've had that conversation with a lot of people since we've been back.
Like, when I have a little more money to spend, I want to try it again.
And would be really nice to go back with someone who has done all the big things. So then it becomes more just experiencing Paris versus experiencing the monuments.
I was imagining, like, in the future with significant others going back.
Okay.
And then we'll be like, and when we were here last time, over there, we were doing this, and then we went there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this corner store, we asked party. Where do you party? He posted on his Instagram story the other day. Do you still follow him?
Who?
I don't actually know his name.
Who are you talking about?
Corner. Yeah. He posted a video it was from the inside of the store, and it was the street. And there was all these people. I don't know if it was like a street festival or what. And I was like, oh my God, I recognize this spot. And then I was like, oh, wait, actually.
That was honestly an iconic night.
That was an iconic night.
That was a...
Any night we say we're going to go to bed early is an iconic night.
We should just be saying that.
We should be. Oh, crazy.
I'm so excited. See, I think that's a big reason why one of our favorite things to do, if not our favorite thing to do when we're traveling, is just what we were saying earlier, being in the city and like living in it. Because when you do that, stuff like that happens. Yeah. It's when you don't necessarily, like when we went to Dublin, we had so much time in Dublin and only like certain things planned. Like it was very, like Dublin is super, you could do Dublin in a day. Like it's not that difficult.
You could do the major Dublin stuff in a day.
You wouldn't want to do it in a day. Let me just put it that way, actually, because it's one of the best cities ever. Like, don't just do a day.
And that's like major inner city. Yeah. Like we didn't really explore
a ton more
super far outside of the city.
There's a ton more, but yeah, like the major things, easy to do. And so we had this time of just like, let's go here and sit outside and
it was so cute.
I love seeing people that are like alive. I'm like, oh, you're living.
I looked like as she like took that deep breath too. She was like,
there was a little girl like sticking her head out of the sunroof and just like the sunlight was hitting her.
Yeah.
And she was just like in the moment. I'm like, you are living. She's experiencing life right now. Anyways, but yeah, that's when like all of our stories kind of are when we're just like, let's just embrace what's happening. And
and if you're too like booked and busy, there's no space for that.
Yeah.
Like, so I think literally all of our stories, Nice, Dublin,
I think this will be
Paris,
quite the
London.
This time we gotta get tattoos.
Oh shit. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Oh.
I mean,
this time I'm getting a tattoo and I'm bringing cash this time, so I'll be prepared.
If something hits me, I'm on board, but
I have some saved like ideas. But I don't know which city I'm going to do it in.
That's fun. Yeah, we tried Dublin last time. What if we go back to that same tattoo place we were going to go in Dublin?
Okay, that would be perfect because I was about to say the issue this time is like swimming. We'll be swimming until the very end, basically.
Yeah.
Not swimming the whole time, but I'd either have to get it like
at the very beginning,
so it had time to heal a little, but even then that's like sus. So getting the tattoo in Dublin would be perfect.
It would. And we know the exact spot. I can picture it right here in my mind.
Yeah.
Right here. I'm so excited for Dublin, actually.
What is like
I'm going to eat a Guinness stew this time.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is like a big goal for you this trip? Like what is something that you either want to get, achieve, feel, do, like it could be any type of thing.
I literally just want to feel alive. Like that's my only goal. I just want to feel something.
That too much? Okay, let me ask it differently. Okay, maybe it's a little more materialistic now. That's your like overall.
I would really love a charm necklace. Yeah. We tried in multiple cities on our last trip.
And when she says that, she means like a custom, like you go into a local shop and
you pick out your chain and you pick out all your little charms.
And, like make it there, and it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I think overall, same. I want to feel alive, feel like separated from the stress that I've been in corporate America, and just like feel like myself again and human. And I want to have like really, really, really fun, spontaneous, romantic moments. Whether it's like this like Diffmo moment.
Oh, Diffmo. I'm so glad we learned that phrase.
Me too. just rolls off the tongue now, you know? Or if it's like this, like, fling, you know?
I would love
or like a meet cute even.
To come home engaged. And like my CIA agent, because I'm in love, not just for the citizenship, because I'm in love.
Yeah, she said it here.
And also the citizenship.
It's a perk.
It is a perk.
Are you not allowed to admit that?
Like, I just want to be able to go back and forth for really...
If you're happy about leaving.
No, you literally have to like prove that that's not why you're.
I know you have to prove that, but like, couldn't even with all your proof and also be like, but also I'm excited to live there.
But also like, how great.
Yeah. Would they be like, oh,
is that too much? Probably
for
because they want to control me. You know, freedom and all that.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, but also materialistically. I want to get more, like, souvenirs I can wear jewelry-wise.
I did think about that. It might have been one of the TikToks you sent me. I want to be better about, like,
I sent a few
ring,
places, like, with a ton of rings, yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah, I've been thinking about,
get a ring, get a bracelet.
Taking as much jewelry this time.
Ooh, so that you have to buy your accessories.
Like, yeah, like as I go, I have the availability to just like add on.
What is, careful how I phrase it because I don't like limitations. Not the place you're most excited for, because that's too much. But like a place or an activity that you catch yourself thinking about a lot. Doesn't have to be the most or your favorite, but just like, oh, I've been thinking about that. Like, that's going to be super fun.
Existing in Madrid. I feel very intensely tied to Madrid right now, and there is no reason. I've never been. I don't know that much about Madrid besides, like, the basics and what I've seen in Elite, but I don't know. I feel like I need to look at have you ever looked at your map, like aligned with your astrological chart? It lines up with the planet and where you
like no, I haven't, but
I've been thinking about it, and I did it once, but it was years ago, and I feel like there was somewhere in Spain that was like a thing.
Whoa, interesting.
And I feel like I am having this like intense like feeling that Spain is like something in Madrid is gonna be like big, whether that's completely internal and like it's my own thing, or if it's like an experience or people we meet, I don't know. But I just have this like really, when I think about being in Europe, I think about like putting on a fucking cool ass outfit and just feeling hot, walking around Madrid. The fashion is like amazing, the culture is amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Mariah from the editing chair. So as I was editing this part, I was like, well, I need to look it up. And I am actually freaking out because I have 2 lines crossing through Spain on my astrocartography map. I think that's what they're called. I hope I'm saying that right. 2 go through and 1 goes through Madrid. Like, I can't make this shit up. I'm freaking out. Something's gonna happen. I'm saying it now. Something amazing. Something positive. Positive. Manifest positive. Okay. Now back to the show.
I'm so excited to actually eat in Spain. I was telling my grandma that today. She's like, what do you mean you didn't eat last time? I was like, no.
No, we didn't.
We ate 1 meal.
Like, I'm sorry, we did not eat. Like, it's actually insane when you think about it.
How long were we there? Like 5 days?
5 days. We had
the pizza with the lads.
Oh, yeah, we went out to dinner.
We had the pizza with the lads. We had the paella for lunch.
2.
And then we had 2 late night pizzas, but I don't really count that.
Yeah, but if we're counting that. And then we, like, barely ate with the lads at that one breakfast lunch, when we were trying to get our passports. That's like a half, though.
I don't know if I count that.
At all. I had like 3
I remember
potatoes.
my mojito.
I had like 3 potatoes.
I know I ordered food.
So I'm not getting that.
Oh, I got like tomatoes and like
we had 4 meals in 5 days.
Crazy.
Wait, what? How did we do that? Oh, we ate at the beach club. But that wasn't
Oh,
really,
we did eat the beach club.
I'm like, there's
no
way.
we had fruit and sushi.
We
and
had to have eaten in there. Because, like, how would we have fucking done that? But it was mainly alcohol.
Well, the first 48 hours, what do you mean eat? Eat? Well, one of the lads got some croissants.
I did not eat
that morning.
I was so not well.
I think I nibbled on one of those. But, like,
also, the lad's place was just like...
It was so gross. At least you didn't sit in front of the toilet bowl trying to throw up.
Stop.
That literally was like, I was like, this might be my low. Like, I was in this bathroom changing, noticed how disgusting it was, still got out of bed and was like, yeah, I need to throw up so bad. I'm going to sit in front of that toilet.
Like, I understand they weren't expecting girls to come over. Well, they probably
were.
They probably should have been as well.
Yeah.
Because they would have if it wasn't us. And it wasn't like that at the time.
At the time.
But...
Oh, my God.
It was pretty disgusting in that fucking bathroom,
It was really gross.
And it reminded me of something we call frat bathrooms.
That's foul. Yeah. We have made contact with the lads recently.
There has been contact with the lads.
They were just on lads holiday.
You guys, when I saw on Instagram that there was like a post with a few of them, and I was like, oh, they must all be together.
Yeah, it wasn't all of them, it was just a couple, and I was like, oh,
they're definitely all together. And then, like, a few days later, there was a photo with, like, all of them plus people I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was just they tagged the location, and I was like, oh my God, what if they're in Spain again or something? So I was like, I'm so curious, I have to look. Where are they? They were in Greece. Oh shit.
I wish that story would have ended differently. It could have been so lovely. Fuckers.
Made for one hell of a story.
It did make for one hell of a story.
I want crazy stories this time, but I don't want us to lose anything. I don't want anything to get stolen. I don't want anything bad to happen to us.
You know what it is? Is last year, New Year's, I tried to manifest. I literally said a problem-free trip to Europe or something like that. So I won't be saying that anymore. That didn't work out. Yeah. What's something based off last year you're going to do different?
Kind of just like the way I've been prepping, I think. Like, I'm being really intentional about being prepared with, like, everything. And this time I'm getting an eSIM. That's something different. Like, we've talked a lot about budgeting. And...
Well, at the end of the day, that was what, like $25?
Yeah, it is $25. It's in the chart. And with the link, if you need.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you still haven't shared that with me.
You have to remind me when I'm, like, sitting. So there are certain, like, I think things that were a little traumatizing last time, like whether they were little T, big T, happy, what am I saying?
Happy, sad, well, trauma, so why would it be happy?
No, I was saying, like, I think I was trying to say, what have you? I don't know. But there are certain things that I'm, like, really...
That your brother?
Intentionally of like, preparing to avoid. Like, I got a new credit card specifically with all the research of the best, like, travel card. I'm going to do the eSIM, so there's, like, nothing to stress about there. I'm going to make sure that my card is on my Apple Pay. Definitely do Apple Pay when you go to Europe. Like, everyone uses Apple Pay for everything.
Yeah.
Don't use an American Express. You don't need to take one with you. We've talked about budgeting, and there are certain things that, depending on what you decide, like, you want to do for your budget, you can customize. I think the more you travel, the more you, like, learn, the more you decide what you want to prioritize into your budget. So
my big lesson learned this time is one card on you, one card not on you.
Yeah.
One card in a safe.
Yeah. Like, backup plans.
Because the robbery thing really wouldn't have been that traumatizing if it wasn't for the money.
Yeah. What I'm going to do differently, like, during the trip this time is be way better about taking my meds. I think I'm like, oh, I'm in Europe. Everything's so, like, amazing. I don't need to be as, like, stingent with my meds. I do. The anxiety finds me. And that's not fun when you're traveling. So I'm just going to be more on that, too.
Love that. I feel like I forget how it actually feels in your body to be there doing it. There's the concept of it, right? Of like, yeah, I'm going to fly to this place and I'm going to like go to museums and I'm going to eat food and like, yeah, all good things, you know? But then when you actually remember how it feels in your actual body.
Like my heart starts beating.
We've been talking about this a lot in therapy, where you feel your feelings in your body. How does it feel in your body when you say that? Like, I was at a concert last week. Thanks, Thompson, for coming with me. But during the concert, there was multiple times where I was like, oh my God. I felt the feeling in my body for a second and was like, oh, this is why you've been building this up in your head. This is why, like, it's going to feel this way.
Yeah. It's those feelings hit me when, like, I smell cigarettes sometimes.
That's fair.
I'll be like, or if we're in a place where, like, a bunch of people are outside and the sun's out and there's just, like, cigarette smell, I'm just like, oh, we're in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, at Sea Grape yesterday, I went outside for fresh air for a second and I was standing against the wall. And there's, like, a bus stop right there. So there was, like, a bunch of people and the bus was, like, pulling up. And I just was, like, kind of sitting forward, not, like, looking. I was just, like, looking straight, like, zoning out. But the sounds of it, I was like, oh. It was, like, making me think of... It was making me think of just how, like, lively their streets are. And there's people everywhere. And there's, like, buses everywhere. And people are getting on, getting off. And, like, taxis and sounds and... It's just, like, alive.
Yeah, remembering all of the tiny little bits of it. Mm-hmm. That's what really makes you, like, really get excited.
It's music, smells.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Well, adios. Ciao.
I can't believe we leave so soon.
Slaunch.
Are you ending it? Like, wait, is it over?
Roll the credits. Buonasera, señorita.
Oh, also something I'm doing is I'm being way more stingy with stingy.
I can be very generous or very stingy.
So I'm going to be more like that this time with what I'm packing.
With what? With what you're packing.
Because I also was traumatized by the liquid thing over there. They're, like, really strict about that.
Yeah.
I just want it to be smooth and seamless as much as possible.
You know what I've thought about a lot in the last 24 hours is the downside of naming this little man Baby Guinness is I'm going to miss the cats so much when we're in Dublin.
I know. Oh.
Everywhere we look. Oh, Guinness. Oh, little baby Guinness, where is he? I just made the baby Guinness in the wee. You think I snuggle with Auntie?
Wait, where are you most excited about, or what activity are you most excited about? Did you ever say that?
No, I did not. I catch myself thinking about Valencia the most. Oh.
It's always like the beachy town.
I'm always drawn to the beachy town. Always, 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 always. Did I say this about Malaga last year?
Yeah. Wait.
Did I?
What was last year? What were the places?
We went to Paris.
I feel like we did. Yeah.
Malaga.
We did.
London,
because every time we'd be like, I think
Dublin.
I'm most excited for Spain. We would always say
God, yeah.
We both
I always say the water place. Yeah.
And then Nice.
Yeah.
First time.
Well, a bitch loves the water. What can I say? But I just get all these cute TikToks of like people literally being like, Valencia is the best place I've ever visited. Yeah. All these like fun, like so waterfront, like pop-up markets, cafes. I don't know. I just think it's going to be to die, and I can't wait. But I also have been thinking about Dublin a lot too, which I know, like, been there. But
I know. I'm
really excited for that.
For such a short amount of time.
Oh, we'll make it work. We'll find ourselves at Copperface Jack's.
Do you want to play fetch? Activity?
Milan is like my Paris. Am I excited to go? Yeah. Am I going to like it? Yeah. But I'm not like, oh my God, I'm going to Milan.
Milan.
You know?
Yeah, but who knows when we're there?
Oh, when we're there. You could drop me off in buttfuck nowhere. If it wasn't in America, I'd be like, this place is really great.
This is beautiful. I could live here.
I love it. I'm gonna move.
I can see it.
No, I know I'm gonna enjoy Milan for sure. I am excited to eat better food in Italy this time. We really done fucked that up the first time. Do you remember that buffet?
Oh, the food was cold.
The food was cold. Why did we go to a buffet? Like, whose idea was that? But it also...
It's because we were walking around and we were like, where the fuck do we go?
It also was, like, all locals.
And it was our first night.
And there was people, like, celebrating birthdays. Like, it had a cute courtyard. That's what it was.
It did have it was cute, the area, yeah. It drew you in.
And, like, the crowd made you go, like, oh, well, the food must be pretty good. But it was, like...
Local. Yeah.
Like, beyond mid.
Like... crazy, man.
And I feel like we were both trying to be like, oh yes,
it was our first night in Italy. We were all
so
scared
good
to walk up to a restaurant. I think it's our first night in a place. We're usually pretty timid about the language.
Yeah,
because
it takes you a second to get
because
adjusted.
We want to speak it. Oh, but yeah. So the countdown is
on. Okay, ciao.
Okay, thank you so much for watching or listening to the It's Time podcast. I'm Mariah, that bitch is Kaylee. We have new episodes every single Wednesday, but we will be gone for a little while, but we will be back in August. So we will see you next time. Bye. See you in Europe.